Every nigga is a star. Who will deny that you admire? Every nigga is a star. Every nigga's a star. Every nigga's a star. Every nigga's a star. Every nigga's a star.
I'm every woman. It's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I do it naturally. I'm every woman. It's all in me. I can read your thoughts right now. Every one from A to twerking. Whoa, 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 whoa. I can cast a spell with secrets you can't tell. Mix a special brew. Put fire inside of you. Poof. But anytime you feel danger or fear, instantly I'll appear. 'Cause I'm a witch. I'm every woman. It's all in me. I say, and stop. Welcome back to another episode of Nobody Asked Me But, right?
Does she usually say witch in the song?
No, I added.
Oh, you added
I was wondering too.
because the words
really
literally are just shy of craps and coal and bitches and brew.
That's really the second verse.
Is it really? Let's keep going now that we're here.
No, I'm asking you. What you said?
Oh, no. I was making a joke because it just I can sense your needs. Wow, she's really talking about being a psychic and being a witch because we're magical beings, women. Welcome back. I am your host, DeSandys. We are here with
Big Dawg Tash.
And our good friend T.S. is back. She's here. She's there. She's
Hello.
everywhere. Hello. And we're just going to jump right in. So I have quite a few Jet Beauties of the week.
Boom, dynamite. Boom, boom, dynamite. Our team is boom, dynamite. Boom, boom, dynamite. Our team is tick, 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 tick. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some booty in it. Boom.
Okay, so I want to get the serious ones out of the way first, and then we'll do something a little more funny. So last week, we recorded 2 episodes earlier this week, not last week. And earlier this week, we had another awful tragedy in the Black community where ATATIANA Jefferson was shot in her own home. The neighbor saw that the doors were open and the lights were on, and he called the non-emergency number, and the police people came, asked her to show her hands, and then shot her point blank in front of her nephew in the middle of the night. And it's just really senseless, and it's hurtful, and we are so tired. So last week I kind of mentioned her name in passing, but I want to make sure that we at Nobody Asked Me But make sure that we are lifting up our Black women, and we have to be protected. We have to keep each other safe and accounted for, and we absolutely need to get rid of police. They are terrible. They are horrible people. They need mental checks. I don't know what's going on in Fort Worth, Texas, as far as or anywhere else. It's really heartbreaking, and it's really shitty, and I'm really tired of hearing Black people being shot for just being in their fucking house. I can't do anything. Also, on a really unfortunate note, trans woman BRIANNA BB Hill is the 20th trans woman that's been killed this year in another senseless violence act. She, according to the article I was reading, she literally was just shot for no reason. And she's the 4th one to have been shot in Kansas City. And literally people are shooting trans women just because they're trans women, same way they're shooting Black women just because they're Black women. And it just all needs to stop. We need to be protected. There's no reason for anyone to be dying because for something as minuscule and something as frivolous as just being in existence. So I just want to big up both of those. They are both Jet Beauties on the week. On a happier note, Cash Doll has released an album. And Cash Doll has personality. She has beauty. She has brains. Style.
She's Miss
United States. That's right.
That's how I feel about her right now. Okay.
And her album isn't just. Of course, it makes you feel sexy, but it's also all of us. That's why I picked "I'm Every Woman" because Cash Doll is literally every woman. She has a song there about. She's like, "I'm crazy." The chorus is like, "She's a crazy bitch," and she says in the ad libs, "So." I like it. I like that she has a little personality, a lot of personality. I like that there's a little bit of skit. I like that she, at the end of her album, talks about real shit that we're going through. This new wave of women rappers, we're out here, and we're doing, I'm not one of them yet, but, you know.
You're purchasing.
That's right. Yeah, be on the lookout for my Tony Braxton Weird Al Yankovic album. It's coming. It's going to be a hit.
She's serious, guys. She's serious.
But Cash Doll.
Fire.
You did
a great job.
Fire.
This is a great start. I can't wait to see where we grow from here.
For real. It's
really great.
It's been a joy to I always love to see an artist, specifically a woman rapper, when they start in the beginning of their journey, and then it's like, you know, everyone's like kind of underground, like whispering about it, and then all of a sudden they get like really big and they start. And so, big ups to Cash Doll.
Yeah, she makes you feel like a rich bitch.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, they said Summer Walker was like the crying album, and then she came and it's like, I left that nigga, and now it's like, now I'm dating his brother.
You know what? I'm going to do that. Because I think it was last episode or episode before last that I was like, I like Summer Walker the person. I think musically, sonically, it sounds beautiful, but I just am not in that stage in my life per se. So it just gives me kind of like sadder vibes, although I love her. But I can totally see that being, if I'm having a sad day, I would start with the Summer Walker and then uplift myself with Cash.
Yeah, Cash Doll is like our age group. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get this money.
That's right. And I'm ready to step into this crazy.
Yeah,
take
where's my mink at?
Yeah. I don't like cheap shit.
Yeah, you know.
It's a great album.
I asked for a lemon. Hi, how are you? God bless.
Oh, hello. Good evening. Okay, yeah, we'll keep going. So, guests in the other room. Okay, so we are so also on the Jet Beauty of the Week, we have, I can never pronounce her name, CHIKA ORANIKA. So CHIKA ORANIKA is a rapper, and she got on because she did a diss track over Jesus Walks dissing Kanye West, which for me is wonderful. And she kind of looks a little bit like Tokyo Vanity. Is that her name?
From Love and Hip Hop.
Thank you. Yes, Tokyo Vanity.
Oh yeah.
She kind of looks like her.
Yes,
they look like cousins. And she's a big, pretty girl, and she's a beautiful face, and she is out here. So I want to give her Jet Beauty of the Week because she, still in the beginning of her career, landed a Calvin Klein endorsement for underwear, which is wonderful because I know Calvin Klein has not been making plus size underwear ever.
Oh, that was her. I saw the picture.
Yes.
She does look like Tokyo. Okay,
yeah. And so
they were bothering that poor girl.
We'll get there. We'll hold our thought. So, first of all, Calvin Klein has never made, to my knowledge, they've never made plus size anything. So the fact that it is her, it just looks, and she just looks so comfortable, and it looks like a really cute top. That's also a fucking huge deal. Imagine being still, not even, she really just got on because she made a wonderful diss track, and then just kind of built from there. And now you already have an endorsement deal with Calvin Klein. It's not like take a shot of your kombucha.
This is a concentration camp. Here we go.
Ooh-wee. All right, well, and so it begins. Chica girl, you are definitely one of our deputies of the week. Woo! And last but not least, our very our very own.
Wait for it.
Our very, very own.
I thought you tricked me. I didn't think she was really good.
Why I wrote it down. Our dear sister,
Right here.
Right here
in
New
the
Jersey.
City.
in the big city of Englewood, New Jersey. our dearest friend, our sister, has mastered the art of rolling.
Yeah. There you go. You got it.
And we're just so proud. It's not an easy task.
Thank you guys so much.
Not an easy feat. And, you know, I'm still working on it.
The rest of us don't want to do it.
Yeah,
at all.
I didn't
Gotta
want to
do
do it either, but, you know,
We're
I may
very
never
proud.
get married, and I'll need someone to do
Oh my
it.
god.
Oh, wow.
I didn't mean it in a bad way, girl. I'm still trying to have a good time.
I
Hello.
No. Speaking of which, I think somebody's sugar daddy tried to follow me on Twitter.
Somebody else's sugar daddy.
Well, I don't
Well,
know.
let me see it.
Yeah, I was gonna send it to you because you need it more than I. Not because,
my
not because of the money, but just because I'm in a relationship. What am I gonna do with him?
I'm in a
You're right.
relationship and I could use one.
Well, there we have it. Announcements. Anyone have anything?
I should do my Cash App again. We should all do our Cash App.
Exactly.
Okay. No announcements for me again.
Nope, just working.
Just
Finally.
working. How was everyone's week?
Busy.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
usual, same old, same old.
All right.
Yeah.
I think it's the same with me. I tell them every week, like, guys, I'm going to have all these new things coming. But, you know, what is the sense of announcing it if it's not ready yet? So,
All right.
you know, I'm just going to take a page out of the Wait For It book, and we're going to wait on it. And we are going to take our first break. Woo, bye. This episode of Nobody Asked Me But is brought to you by Soul Music Entertainment. If you're looking for a professional recording studio to record your music projects, podcasts, voiceovers, or whatever your audio needs are, for a reasonable price, look no further. Visit soulmusicent.com. That's SOHMUSICENT.com for more details. You can also follow them at Soul Music ENT, which is SOHMUSICENT on Twitter and Instagram for a free consultation. And a special shout out to Mr. Ash, the engineer who mixed and edited our podcast today. And you can follow him at Mr. Ash X, which is MRASHX. They have some of the best engineers here at Soul Recording Studios, so don't wait any longer to make your dream project a reality. Visit soulmusicent.com or call 929-900-6044 now. And let's get back to our show.
Are you running from the law because you pushed your friend off the stage before her big baton solo? Are you now being investigated at your job because you hacked into your friend's email, found her nudes, and sent them to your boss, all because she was getting the raise that was originally offered to you? Have you neglected to tell your friend about her boogers, crusty lips, lettuce teeth, her underwear showing, or her ashy knees because you wanted to be the better-looking friend, all to find out the guy that likes her because she's natural?
Let's give them something to talk about. How about love? Love is good. I can't dig it. You know.
Okay, so nobody asked me, but there's enough room for everybody, sis. So I mentioned CHIKA ORANIKA before, and I was perusing on Twitter, and I was, seeing what she had got. I think, so Calvin Klein is doing like a whole campaign. So a lot of people from Instagram and social media are getting all these new endorsements, and they represent all these different types of people. And at least from the two that I've seen, they've been black. So, they're doing a whole campaign. So, Chika's picture is like a huge billboard on like the side of a building, and it looks like it literally looks over the city. It's absolutely stunning. And some hater from the UK gets on Twitter and actually have the tweet. I'm going to read it because it was so vile and just disgusting. I'm not going to say her name, but I am going to say what she said. Yeah, give me 1 second. Just trying to find it if you don't mind. Yeah, when you try to keep things prepared, it doesn't always work. Where is it? Oh, well. She basically was like, this is a disgusting, with all the plus size girls that with all the plus size models there are in the world, you want to choose the one that's 5 minutes away from diabetes, and this doesn't make me want to buy this underwear, and I want to promote healthy living, and this isn't it, and just literally.
Now, not everybody is fat because they are shoveling food in their mouth. Everybody's body is different.
Right, which is a whole nother conversation. Right. It's an entirely different conversation altogether. But it was just like, clearly you're saying this. Oh, the burping. Sorry. Clearly you're saying this. You go to her page and you find out she's like a black conservative and she's like Brexit and all this other bullshit. It's just like, what this boils down to is you really want people to like follow you and click and like you, and you're just really like trolling people. Like, you don't even know how terrible, you probably do know how terrible you're being, but you're also being terrible for the sake of other people to say something about it. That's why I don't want to say her name. But it dawned on me that women will literally go out of their way to tear each other down. And I wanted to have a conversation about it because it's not just us. We didn't come out the womb ready to be like, I hate every girl. But it's like, I feel like men definitely play a part. And they put batteries into our backs. But sometimes, of course, it's parents. I can't tell you how many times, TS and I have been compared to each other for whatever reason. And you grow up being, with this innate jealousy as if you guys can't coexist in the same space. So I have lots of thoughts on it. I do think men play, especially men in the media and entertainment industry, they will put a woman up against each other so fast. It's almost to the point where it's like a marketing scheme. And it's like, if you take if you take the example of like the whole Cardi Nicki idea, it's like, clearly these are similar types of people, very curvy, very loud, both from New York, both have a, creative way of rapping. They both are popular. They both have these really cool looks. And it's like that whole almost year tyrant between the two of them, back and forth, over literally, I mean, it wasn't over nothing, but it's just kind of like...
It's petty.
Petty. It's unnecessary. Yeah. It's okay. Speak it.
Forgot I'm here.
But then... No. But then even before that, like, when it was Nicki and Lil' Kim, which is kind of, annoying... And I remember Lil' Kim got on the radio and she was like, I just felt like it was a good business move for me to attack Nicki Minaj at the time. And
I'm just going to say it. It starts with slavery.
All right. And here we are.
It does.
It does.
It starts with slavery. For
Let's
black
hear
people.
it.
I don't know about those other people. No disrespect to yous. But it starts with
other
slavery.
Cultures tend to be more supportive within
of each
their
other,
community.
of course. Because they understand the support.
To tear each other down.
Because of the crabs in the barrel concept?
White people put us against each other from jump. It was like, I'm going to let this one go in the house, but you can't go in the house. Or if both of you are in the house, tell me what this one did.
Yeah.
And I'll give you extra meal. I'll give you extra blanket if you tell me what your brother did. Or your brother works stronger than you. Or it's
all of that.
From slavery. But we don't pay attention to that stuff because nobody ever tries to correlate anything so it can actually get fixed. But
now that's a conversation. Lots of
where
people
it starts
are not
from
ready
in
for,
our
but it's
competition towards each other.
Absolutely, I can definitely understand that.
And every generation takes on a different form of
exactly.
Woo!
Exactly, and ours is bitter. It's like this is getting out of hand now.
Yeah, filters, plastic surgery. We're talking about looks in social media, but it could be for jobs.
Everything.
Yeah, it could be jobs. It could be flag twirling. It could be anything. Tying shoes, running races, picking out wedgies. Who picks out a wedgie better? Everyone has, it's just this, you're not better than me. I'm not better than you. So, I do want to talk about pop culture, but by all means, feel free to, all the other realms of it. But
I think it trickles down to the media right after that. Because white people run the media. And then the media tells you, like, you're only allowed to have a few people.
Right.
A few black people.
Uh-huh.
There can't be more 2 black female rappers. We can't have that. There's not enough space.
And same thing with work. Like
Same thing with work.
You hire a certain number of minorities.
We already have a black CEO. We didn't really want him.
Right.
But
And then that also boils down to the type of. So it's just like a lot that happens a lot in movies. So it's like, well, we already kind of have. There's already that like hood rat girl, or like, you know, there's already that kind of good, sweet black girl. We want something a little bit more diverse. Can you be a little bit more urban? That word gives me agina. But it's always this, if you're not this, you need to be that. A friend of mine, when I was doing hair a couple of years ago, he didn't get in. And we were talking about it after the show, and he came in for the only other black man part, and he's tall and he's kind of buff, very handsome, and he just read it as best as he could, and the director was like, I need you to be blacker. And it's like, and then I'm gonna be the devil's advocate. The person that they did hire, or they did take, was almost a mockery of like the complete opposite of what it was supposed to be. And so it's just very interesting that it's like, people think that black people are buffoons. That's not a joke. That is not, they think that's what we are, that we just like kind of clown around and kind of like joke around on stage. And it's like, no, we have a purpose. You think you're joking because you take us as a joke, and that's not really how that works. We're serious. That's just one example of like how it happens in men culture as well, because, you know, we don't always talk about that. But in women culture, it happens to the point where it's almost territorial. There's so many people fighting for the same man that are out here, literally.
Women are killing themselves for the male gaze.
You know,
I don't care about it.
Can I tell you what I saw the other day? I
What?
saw a clip of Nivea. Remember Nivea?
Yeah.
I forgot to click on that.
And, you know, she looks like she's a really happy, sweet spirit. And someone asked her about Lauren London, and she was like, I love Lauren London. I love her. And she was like, you know, as soon as I found out, she did this. She was like, I found out I was pregnant with Lil Wayne, and I was really excited. And then he told me that there was someone pregnant 3 months ahead of me, and that they were gonna have their baby 3 months ahead of mine. And then she was like, I was like, oh. And then she found it was Lauren, and then right around that same time, her mom had passed, which is so many things. Yeah. So she said that her and Lauren bonded over that, and they like and then she was just like, you know, this was the statement that was like, ooh, hilarious. But she was like, it's really an testament to how great of a man he is, because all of his baby mamas get along really nicely. And it's like,
it's a compliment, and it's kind of at the same time.
Right, but it's like,
it's nice when you can have
a camaraderie of sister wives.
I guess.
Right. And that's not me being judgy against that. If, you know,
Not
people
at all.
fall in love
I
and
respect
whatever.
your, you know.
Yeah, do your thing. But it's just the way she said that is kind of like, no, I'm not a hater. It's okay. You know, these things happen, and, you know, we're all here together, and our children grow up together. We're going to be...
You got to look at the positive.
You got to look at the positive. And so that brings me to why there are some things in music and pop culture history that actually worked. So, like, the Ladies Night remix with Angie and Lil' Kim and Missy and Left Eye and Da Brat. That whole idea was super cool because it was like everyone had their own separate personality. They had their own separate style. No one was, and just you can kind of tell. Also, they invited all of their girlfriends on a vacation trip with lots of men. And
I
it's
wanted to be there, and I was only, what?
Me too.
12?
Me too. I had an outfit picked out in my head. I wanted to be there, man. I wanted to be there.
Listen, don't ask me to do an all-white party on the beach. And it was just like, black women can have fun with each other and not be the same. We can totally, you know, you can totally be friends with the black girl that is nerdy and be hood at the same time. You can be friends with the black girl who is highly articulate. And we don't all have to, that's the thing. We don't all have to be the same. We don't all have to like the same things. And we all don't have to be better than the other. Everyone brings something different. And it worked really well because the kind of mentality behind I can add something to you you can add something to me, and we can work together, and it'll be cool.
I think another thing that people don't realize is y'all can be similar. Like, that's okay also.
Yeah.
There's going to be something about you that's different. That's why there's space.
Exactly. Absolutely. You bring up a really great point. You can totally be similar. People would tell me I would look like my friends, and they would get so mad. I don't look like her. I don't look like her. I look like myself. And it would be like, I think you're really pretty. So, like,
Yeah.
the fact that someone says that I look like you is a compliment for me. I don't know why you're so butthurt over it. And then, or even if it's like, you know, what I used to hate was the suggestions. Like, oh, well, you know, this girl does XYZ. Maybe you should take a book from that. And it's like, really, it comes down to tone and how you say that to someone. But it's like, if someone said to me, you know, who's really good at that? XYZ. Not that you're not good at it, but they might have a different perspective. Why don't you ask them and see what they can help you with? But this idea of it being better than something else is nuts to me.
No, you know where it started from? I'm going to tell y'all a story, and I want y'all to bleep it out, too, what I'm going to say.
Oh, no.
No, I just want y'all to bleep out the name. I'll tell the name after.
Okay.
I remember when I was younger, I was in middle school, and this boy called me on the phone, and y'all all know this boy. And he called me, and he got all his friends on the phone, and he was like, who do we think looks better, TS or this other girl? And they just sat on the phone while I was on the phone talking about which one of us was better. I guess I looked like
Was
the girl.
the girl on the phone too?
No, they just called me. And
That
it was
is
just
so trash.
them two on the phone talking about and it was like back and forth, like, no, TS not that bad. Or, no, TS is better than her. It was like, and we're like 7th grade. And I was like, what is going, I didn't understand that. Because that's not something I was used to. I feel like it's like a learned behavior.
Absolutely. Men talk like that because that's how they communicate.
I know, and for us, it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell is
And
this?
look at what it's turned into now.
Oh,
Right, and then people don't grow out of it. Like, people don't realize that that has nothing to do with you, that might not even be the truth, that you ain't gonna be everyone's cup of tea. There's so many things to learn from that,
Yeah.
but people don't grow out of it. And then you end
course.
up being 45 at your job, killing the girl that you was talking about because she got the raise.
My God.
Because you in competition when it was like, oh, that wasn't for you.
It wasn't killing, it was sending the nudes. But that could,
you know.
could lead to something very
could lead to
fatal.
suicide. Let's talk
fatal.
about
My
it.
God.
Okay.
And I mean, and there are other women that don't grow out of it either. There are other women that are literally.
No, that's what I mean. Women sometimes they don't learn.
Yeah, absolutely not. And you're
They
standing
end
there.
up being pick-me's sometimes.
Ooh, wee.
Sorry, guys.
Ooh. Listen, it's true. And the pick-me's are not always the women that want to be picked are not, you know, that kind of mentality is absolutely toxic.
It's so funny we're talking about this, and I had the most random dream last night that I was hanging out with Chris Brown. And he was nice to me in my face, but talking shit behind my back, like putting me down to all these other people on his social media and stuff. And I had to look at myself in the mirror, and I was like, "Wow, am I this ugly?"
Never.
Yes.
Not with nobody that wears a bouffant on their head.
Healthy.
Look, I love Chris Brown like the next person, but you don't get to ever talk about me. Ever.
But that's what happened.
It was
Of
just
course that's what
a
happened.
weird dream, but it's like, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. And listen, these are the things, speaking of Chris Brown, this is why women got so upset with him when he was like, I only like the black girls with nice hair. It's like, huh? We're still doing that? We're still doing this whole idea of, oh, she has to be this color, this complexion, which ties into another conversation that we'll talk about
but
later.
The same thing, because
But
there's
it's the
still
same
space
thing.
for you, sis. There's space for all of us.
God.
Just because Chris Brown says there ain't no space for you, girl, there's space.
Girl, because he's not the one dick in the world that we can all hop
Hello,
on.
there's a lot of
There's
faces
so
to
many
sit
other
on,
things.
girls. There's plenty of other faces.
So many other things.
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
It's like, and I just...
And then some girls get gas from that
Yeah.
feeling. Some girls like that feeling of being like, I'm the only one in this space.
Ooh!
Oh, you're not allowed to be in this space with me because he said he only likes these kind of girls. And
I think you
Okay,
belong.
sis.
I think you belong on the outside. Oh, you really got into VIP? Like, does it need to be all that?
Exactly.
You want to get to VIP so you can stand up in your pump and not get to sit down, and you don't get to sit down because there are 3 other batter bitches in there. Freaking girl, if you don't get on, I want to put on my sneaker and go home.
Hello?
I don't care about this. I got work in the morning.
Space for everybody.
There's space for
Everybody.
There are 1,000 or more brands of bread. They all get bought.
That's so
And
true.
ain't no slowing down
Ain't
either.
no slowing down.
Ain't nobody
There's
slowing
probably
down.
someone right now trying to make a new loaf of bread.
Uh-huh.
I'm interested in trying it. How many lip
See?
How
See?
many makeup brands do we got? How many
Ain't no slowing
weave?
down.
How many weave and wig people are on? And speaking of that, there's so many weave and wig people. They need to be hired. This is another conversation, but they need to be hired for more entertainment things because this is where I'm guilty of putting people down. I don't like it when bad wigs happen to good people.
Oh.
It makes me sad.
It happens a lot.
It happens a lot. I don't want to see the seam in the front. I don't want it to like overlap. I want it to be cute so that it looks natural. Now, of course, hair is also a whole separate thing because people feel like they have so much authority over what the fuck comes out of my head. Why? I did not ask for the texture of hair that has come out, and I am not
At
a
least the
better
little girls getting perms guilty at such a young age because
putting air in your hair by accident.
well,
But-
that's something different.
It is something different. Totally unrelated. But it's like, I can almost guarantee you the texture of someone's hair does not make them better or worse. It just is hair. It has nothing to do with the person on the inside. And for people to just continuously, and then for people to do it in general, and then for women to adapt it, and then because we get beaten down every other time for so many stuff, it becomes, like Tess was saying, it just becomes innate in us, and a lot of us don't really
I had
unpack
insecurities for a long time because I was darker than everybody, and I used to get picked on, and you're this for a dark girl, or
trash.
tattoos won't show up on your skin because you're so dark. And mind you, like, we are under 10 talking about this, and I'm like, what does that have to do with anything?
What makes you think I want tattoos, bitch? Fuck, what? Leave me alone.
Yeah, it's a learned behavior. You
Yeah.
start that young.
It started when I was young.
So that actually brings me to my next thing about it starting young, is that one of the ways I think, aside from parents, people, society, to just fucking take the pole out of their ass and stop being stupid, one thing that women can do for each other, in addition to compliments and being nice and going to therapy, when we're younger, I think this is where group activities for women come in. So it can be a sport, or it can be competitive dance, or it can be cheerleading, or even marching band for us, or sometimes in the singing groups for us. I think those group activities, not only do you learn organization, you learn about time management, you learn about scheduling, and you learn about all that other stuff, you learn about healthy competition. Because healthy competition is fine when everyone is like going to a common goal, but they're doing it in a way that's different, or they have a different idea. It doesn't mean that you have to knock somebody completely out. When you work in a group activity, a lot of times it's like, I don't necessarily agree with you with a lot of different things, but I have to
be competitive
learn.
but still supportive.
Yeah, I think there's a way to do that without it having to be, there's only one of us. And then it also helps you, if it's a competitive thing like a sport, you also realize like you might not win every single time. You might not get picked every single time by the person that you want to get picked, or you might not get that trophy. And it doesn't mean that you are bad. It just means today you didn't play. Excuse me. There are some days, just a plague. Some days you play better than others. Some days you have bad days. Some days you have good days. Sometimes you have really great days in a row and you're on a high. Other times you have really bad days in a row and you're on a very dangerous low. And so, I think that those kinds of activities, whatever it is, if they're competitive, cool. But if they're not, even Girl Scouts, the idea of having to work with other women, I think brings out the idea that we can all kind of exist in this space. Because again, if I add something to you and you add something to me, we can mix it together and, make something really great. Right. And I was doing all this reading and writing down today, and I saw Scotty Beam tweeted. She was like, you don't have to dim my light in order to shine. You don't. TS has had to say that to me so many times because I spent a lot of my time making fun of other people so that I could feel better about myself. And that's because I was upset on the inside. Yeah, girl.
I don't think I'd be saying that. That don't sound like something I say.
No, it was when we were much younger. But it's a lesson that I had to learn early. And then I would see myself do it and be like, wow, that was really mean for no good reason. You have no idea what that other girl is going through for whatever reason. And you want to put her down so that you can feel better. And then it, of course, reverted back to the first thing I said. And I just, Chika handled it so calm and cool and collected. And she actually made a joke of it. Like, we're still doing this. This is still a thing. But even when Azealia Banks, who was out of her mind for a multitude of reasons, got on and said all these really awful, nasty things about Lizzo when it had nothing
Everybody. She goes after everybody.
Yeah, and it's like, you're only doing this, baby girl, because A, you are not getting the detention. She needs to go to detention. You're not getting the attention that you feel like you deserve. And B, you have so many things going on that you won't go and rectify, that you have to spew out all this unnecessary nastiness. And it's ugly. And that just isn't, it just shouldn't be the way that what it is. We have a lot of other issues in the world. This is not one of those situations where it's like, we are the problem women. We need to fix ourselves. Otherwise they want to treat us bad. It's not that. It's just, it's more like, now more than ever, we need each other. And we are in a very fucked up situation politically. Things are going left very fast. And
yeah, we do better when we're together, guys. Yeah. Come on.
Absolutely. We're better when we're together. We're better when we stick up for each other and when we stand up for each other and when we don't exclude each other and we include each other. It's really important. So
yeah, I think
it needs to happen.
It does. We could get a lot farther if we just embrace each other faster.
Absolutely. And
it takes a long time.
Yeah, if we're a little more understanding and had a little more empathy or whatever about the thing, if I'm big, Natasha's absolutely right. I myself am a different story. But if I was, there are so many big people that I know that exercise every day, that don't eat meat, that are out here. They could just be fucking genetic. What you want me to do? Punch my mama in the face because you mad that I'm a little extra power? Why? Your man likes it. So what's wrong with you?
And there's somebody for everybody.
There's somebody.
My God, today. It's true. All right. That was great, girls. Anything else? Anything else anyone wants to say?
I love all my black women.
Woo! I love all my black women.
Gotta stick together, girls.
All my black women, all my black trans
Don't let anybody break us apart.
Don't let anyone break... I couldn't get it out.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. All right, we're going to take another break. This episode of Nobody Asked Me But is brought to you by So Music Entertainment. If you're looking for a professional recording studio to record your music projects, podcasts, voiceovers, or whatever your audio needs are, for a reasonable price, look no further. Visit somusicent.com. That's SOHMUSICENT.com for more details. You can also follow them at somusicent, which is SOHMUSICENT on Twitter and Instagram for a free consultation. And a special shout out to Mr. Ash, the engineer who mixed and edited our podcast today. And you can follow him at Mr. Ash X, which is MRASHX. They have some of the best engineers here at Soul Recording Studios, so don't wait any longer to make your dream project a reality. Visit somusicent.com or call 929-900-6044 now. And let's get back to our show. All right, welcome back. So it is Black nostalgia time. Yay. When we reminisce about all the things we love about being Black. It's the best thing to be. So this one's a little bit different this time around because this week I would like to discuss all the things that we wanted to have. So, like, something that's very prevalent in Black culture is a lot of Black adults who, of course, were Black children at one point, reminisce about things that they always wanted, but their parents were always like, "Do you have that kind of money? Do you have money for this?"
That's
or it's
me
like,
now.
or or it's just like, you don't need to be having this. You don't need to be. I'm not spending my money. You know, we all go through it. So we're gonna talk about all the things that we really wanted as children. So first on my list, Jordans. Boy,
Sorry, boy.
yeah, I didn't get my first pair of actual Jordans, not Jordan brand, because I had a couple of those. But my
You
first,
had Jordan brand sneakers?
I think I had 1 or 2 pair,
You like Team
I
Jordan?
didn't even have those.
something like that.
Oh dear, Elsie, who bought you those?
Maybe grandma. I don't remember.
My grandma would.
I didn't get my first pair of like real Jordans, I would say, till maybe grad school.
Wow, I beat you on that one, LC.
Mm-hmm.
I win at something.
Yay! Competition. Yay!
Yeah. I didn't get mine until high school. I had to get
that
them
was me in
myself.
high school.
I had to use my own money to get them.
Yeah, I think I
Me
asked.
too.
Yeah, no, they were a Christmas gift because I had asked and I was like, I've been good. Of course, I was well into my 20s, so, you know, that's trash, but
No, it's okay.
yeah. Next thing on my list,
Didn't I say to you the other day, like, once you get a certain age, you're like, remember we used to be young and we used to be like, hey, that old man has those sneakers on.
Yeah.
Same sneakers as us.
yeah.
And then you get to the stage and you realize, like, this, I still want it. I couldn't afford it before.
Yeah, I still want them.
Yeah, I still
there's a
want
pair. Listen, there's a pair of Jordans that Clifford knows I want again. I already have them, but they're all beat up. But I'm gonna get them again because we have matching sneakers. That's what we do as a couple. So, next on my list.
Can't wait till like that stage is over. Like, it's gonna happen.
Oh.
It's gonna happen.
That sounds like hateration and holleration in the dance.
Natasha, she said they're wearing Jordans to the wedding.
Are you really?
No.
Oh, cut it out. Don't
I
say
wanted
no
to.
now.
No, I wanted to, but he doesn't. So, which is fine with me.
I'm down for that. Comfort.
Okay. Next on my list.
Y'all can't wear goddamn Jordans to your weddings no more. I don't want to hear Natasha comfort.
Natasha's already married.
I know.
All right. Next.
And damn near Jordans at that rate.
It made me drop my goddamn notebook. All right. Here we go. Another thing that we wanted that we never got. Skip it, skip it. What was wrong with the skip it? Is it that they thought we were going to fall? Or they just thought it was a dumb toy?
I think they were like, how many times could they play that thing? Like, they were like, I'm not spending money on this. She's going to do it one time and never use it again. That's what I feel like Baba was doing.
Oh, yeah. Well, he feels like that
I
with
used
anything.
mine.
But
I was into jump rope. Like, we were all into like jump rope. So it was like,
regular one. I can do that all the time.
I really wanted to get in the skip it because I liked the jingle. And I liked that it was purple. And I just wanted to kick my leg around the ball and jump over top of it. It looked
That shit was lit.
skip over a ball.
I feel like I got it later on and was like, this is
No,
hard.
I think we like finally had like a friend whose mom bought all of their
was like,
toys.
skip it!
And
We all have one of those.
We all had that one
We all
friend
have
whose
one
mom
of
bought them
those.
every toy you could ever want. And so we went over to
Couldn't
their
wait
house.
to go over there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You have this? Shit. Game Boys. Oh my God. PSPs.
Jesus.
PlayStation.
We had a PlayStation.
Yeah, I know.
It
We
was-
didn't get any new one. We only had the first goddamn PlayStation
We
ever
actually got
made.
the second one.
All right,
first,
the second goddamn PlayStation
Did you
ever
use
made.
it?
Yeah.
we played that shit out.
was nice
My
at
Rapper,
video
the
games.
Rapper.
Oh,
Tekken.
I remember that game.
Yeah.
That was so nice. I think about it often.
Mhm.
How I want to go back to playing video games.
You should start.
I know. I'm good at it.
I bought
I
Clifford
play
a.
with my son. I'm the one that plays.
I bought Clifford a
I
Switch.
play with my son. Yeah, we play this. He has the Switch. And
I'm
we always
interested.
play.
I almost
Right into the show. Tell us what are some good games for us to get started
Sorry about
with.
the mic.
Sorry. All right, next on my.
I was like, who's she talking to?
So. Next on
Don't
my
take
list.
this away from me.
So next on my list, it says earrings, but what I really mean is pierced ears.
Y'all. My mother told me I could get my second
Oh,
ear pierced
bitch.
at 16, and 16 came, and she was like, 18. And we're like, no, it's a written agreement. I have it signed and sealed and notarized. And 16 was the age.
And here's how I know that that's one of the very few times that we've looked at Mom like,
You gotta tell the truth, girl.
For real. Because, first of all, I remember I did the same thing, friend. I asked, and I was like, okay.
Because she got her second pierce, and then she got a third one.
Right. Now, I don't mean to put my mother's business all the way out there, but she...
Don't do that. Don't do that. Pull it together.
It was a very long time before she got her first ears pierced. I'll say that. So that's why she was like, okay, they can get it at 6 and 4, our first hole. TS and I had gone through life, done great things. We're not bad kids. Never are, never will. Always in the All-American book. Everyone loves us. Mom, can we get our... I said, I started it. I said, Mom, can I get my second hole? You can get it at 16. 16 came, and I reminded her every day.
How old were you in the first one?
I think I asked her at 13 or 14.
We got our first ones young, but she probably...
How old were you when I asked?
Yeah, when you asked.
Yeah, I had to have been 13 or 14 maybe. So, like, maybe starting high school. I was like, can I get a second hole? She's like, 16. So, I remember 16 coming.
Yep.
And I asked, and I said, yo, it's about that time. Can I get a second hole? I'm about to be 16. She's like, 18. I said, listen... I don't care. All right, I'm going to take this, but you definitely said 16. TS is my witness. So what I need you to do is when it's time for TS to be 16, it's only 2 years behind me, let it go. I'll be 18. TS can get it too.
Right.
We kept pushing it, and she was like, fine. Here comes TS's 16th birthday. I'm 18, TS is 16. And she says like, no, I didn't say that. TS is wait till she's 18. And I was like, girl.
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
did you pull out the contract?
Yes, you can do everything, and she'll still be like, I said 18. I said 18, and it's like, no,
you didn't say it. You didn't say it. And I love you to death.
Right here,
and I'll never disrespect my mama. But you ain't say that. You didn't say it. It's right here.
It's right here. I didn't write that. I'd be like, man, God damn it. You lucky you,
So
my
what
mama.
happened?
So I didn't get it. I don't even have a second ear pierce.
I have all three. I got the second ear pierce maybe at 21. I got to college and was like, so no one's here.
Didn't you get your belly pierced in high school?
Oh my God, that no one knew about that. Thank you. And so, but there's a scar still. But
Who didn't know about that?
Mommy didn't know I had my belly pierced. I don't think. Huh? Or did she? I can't remember. That was a while back.
Do you remember her remembering?
I feel like Mommy knew you had a belly piercing.
I don't know.
Because you used to wear like a pink shirt and you're little...
You know, I'm a dummy. But whatever. My belly pierced with my gut. Anyway, the scar's still there.
She would just wear like a see-through shirt. It'd be tight, and then it'd be like your little... And then it'd get infected all the time. So I know Mommy had to see it at least
that was
one
awful.
time.
It got infected really bad, and I had to take it out. And I think that's why the scar's there.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. And honestly...
It was cute, though. I mean, if you would have taken care of it, it would have been cuter, but whatever. It was cute. It was a cute idea.
It was a cute idea. But also, just so that we're
Natasha,
clear...
do you only have your ears pierced?
Yes.
I just want you guys to know that I don't think my belly button is really pierced. I think my stomach is pierced because they couldn't...
She says it's every time.
She says it's every time. Because if they actually put it in the belly button, it would have ripped out almost completely. So we'll re-examine.
Oh my God.
But I'm pretty sure it's like right above it, so that it gives so that the ring falls into my innie, but it's like right above. But that's, you know.
We got it on the boardwalk, guys.
Yeah.
We were on the boardwalk.
God. Down the shore.
At Jersey Shore. And she got her belly pierced, guys.
Happens.
Her actual
Yeah. It was quite the time to be alive. Moving on.
She had so much stuff like that in her life. It was so funny.
Yeah,
and she would be like, I think the stomach is... Like, she would always come to me like, hey, listen.
I got some news.
I
think I messed up. Something's terribly wrong. Yeah.
Like,
a piercing on the boardwalk.
Yeah. That's right. Next on my list.
And next up,
y'all will never believe it took me all of elementary school, middle school, and I think to the first year of high school before I got a pair of Timberlands. We were not allowed. And it was because my father was convinced that the tree on the Timbs were the lynching tree, and it's just like, first of all, shout out to my 9th grade English teacher who wrote the letter to Timbaland to ask them. And Timbaland was like, no, people keep saying that. We have nothing to do with that. That's not in our thing. We are very clear. They sent the letter back. We are very clear about who our demographic is. That's not in our stuff, blah, 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 all that. So I showed it to Baba, and it was like, that's the ticket. I can get my Tim boots now.
Yeah, right.
Right? I did.
Meanwhile,
I had a light blue pair, and I had a light blue pair, which was so...
Meanwhile, I had them in every color at that rate. Yeah,
I remember
Yeah.
she did. She had them pink, green, blue, gray, I think black. Did you have a beef and broccoli?
I did after.
Yeah.
I didn't in high school, but I just
She
had
had
colors.
every pair. Every single pair. I had the blue ones.
I actually still have the gray ones. That's the only one I have left.
I had the blue ones, and I had the darker, the cinnamon ones that my friends made me throw out because I wore them every single day. They used to call them the lumberjacks. I miss you. And so, and they had they got older, and Baba got me new shoelaces, and they had nothing to do with the Tims. So they're these big Tims with blues, royal blue shoelaces, and just
Just did whatever he wanted to do.
no one cares about our lives. All right, moving on. Nerf guns or water guns?
Guys, did any of you guys have like overly sensitive parents or like,
I feel like there was a point where mom was like, all right, no water guns, but like it wasn't that serious.
Yeah, my husband was like, we're all about peace here. Like, we can't have those guns. It's a water gun. Mom, come on. I'm getting drenched outside. Come on.
I
Let me
gotta
get some
find
ammo.
something
Yeah.
What am I going to use to defend myself? My bare hands? I can't squirt water out my hands, Mom!
Serious, Mom.
Oh, terrible.
We never used to have them.
I'm going to actually add something to this list, but I'm going to keep going.
I feel like we always almost had it because Grandma would be like, what do you want? And we'd be like, you want this, we
water
want
guns.
this.
Now, we do have 2 water guns in the house.
I know, because eventually
Because
it was
eventually
like,
they were like...
she didn't have to really ask the parents anymore. It was kind of like, what do you guys want? And then it was like, yeah, we want this. And she was like,
The grandparents always go
it's
over
the
ahead in this
grandparents.
house. That's why they have almost everything they have.
Really?
The grandparents. It
So
ain't
that doesn't
us.
stop, huh?
No.
It ain't us. I can deal with the nagging and screaming. The grandparents can't.
So they just get it?
A lot of times, yeah.
That's helpful for me. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to use that as a ploy. Here, just go to your grandparent and tell them that they want it, and then they'll figure it out. Because I got other things I need to do. Help me, Lord. Just ask them.
Lord.
Ask them. Just ask them if you cry, if you're really sweet.
That's exactly
and
what
tell them your mother said no. Do that. They'll be
That's
there.
what, and it gets annoying with certain things. Like it's certain things that you really don't want them to do, or like you want them to go to bed and like I gotta go to grandma. I need to go to grandma. So they go, and it's a thing. And now they have to be bribed to go back to bed, so they can go to school tomorrow. Picture day was a day.
Was that this
Picture-
week?
A couple of weeks ago.
Oh my God.
That was a thing.
Ugh.
And like it turned out that grandma and mom were right. Like, yeah, we were like, so how'd it go? Oh yeah, they said it looked nice, and like, yeah,
Yeah.
she cried.
Things we wanted but never got.
Cried.
Brothers, younger siblings.
She's into her fashion show, so
That's a good sign.
so it was a thing.
Fashion shows.
Not fashion. She's into she's into herself. So she's very about herself and
Alright.
how she looks.
All right, girl. To the gods. Now, things we wanted, but we're not allowed to have. Fruit roll up.
Yeah, natural fruit roll up. We were allowed to
Or the
have.
natural fruit snacks. Or the natural.
With the gritty.
Yo.
It was gritty. Oh my God, I didn't want to say it. Oh my God. Elsie and I allergic back his head on that. What were we doing?
Oh, yeah. I also didn't like the all natural juices in the box. They just would they were terrible. Like, can I
still
get a
are.
Capri Sun, please? I deserve.
My kids don't know anything. They're spoiled. They don't know anything else.
Oh my
They
God.
get the Capri Sun.
Things we wanted, but we
Do you end up doing that when you get to
Because
be
they
a mom?
won't drink anything else. Like,
So it's like, oh God, I have to do something.
yeah.
Yeah, I can see
They
myself
won't.
feeling it.
It's a waste because they're not gonna drink it. Even the babies caught on.
Yeah, I feel like we set our lunch boxes back full most times. Like, I don't want anything.
I got a bill for $50-something.
Yep. So did Baba. And Baba, I know you're listening. So there was one day that there was a letter that was sent home talking about in plain English. It didn't even say like, it didn't, you know how sometimes they have like the address and all. It was literally like the date, the school insignia, the date, and it said, "Dear parent or guardian, your child is constantly asking for school lunch and is not on the list."
Oh, God.
And I remember Baba was helping me with my homework and he opened it and I sat there and that was, in the beginning of when I realized what anxiety was. Oh, shit. And I was literally having to hold in diarrhea because I was like, I'm about to get in so much trouble. And he looked at that paper and the look on his face was like, he looked at that paper like, oh, God. I don't even know what this means. And like tossed it to the side and I
just love it.
When
parents just don't.
I was stunned. I was like, wait a second. Wait, everyone, hold on. Did I just, because when I tell you I just knew, it was like, man, I've had a long day. I'm about to be crying all night for no good reason over that sorry turkey burger at the, and I just, go up to it was in Lincoln School, and I would go over there and I was like, can I get that? And they
get over here,
and she's like, are you on the list? I was like, I'm sure I'm on it.
You can check if you want to.
You can check it, and what's your last, it's just this or whatever. So, things we wanted, but we're not allowed to have.
Wow, we learned how to be embarrassed young as hell. We was embarrassed mad young. That was like first grade.
I feel, yeah. Things we wanted, but we're not allowed
Scholastic Book Fair.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just get to go and look at it. I don't get to buy anything unless it's a Spice Girl diary.
There was always that one kid that used to get everything. Your parent was always like, you can get one book. And it was like, now they know I can't choose one book.
There's so many things here.
So you just get
sent
nothing.
mine once I sent, like, maybe twice, I sent her money, like, to get books. She comes back with crap. Like, what is this?
Hustler's Magazine.
You didn't even buy a book.
Hustler's Magazine. I came back with Source Magazine, The Vibe, and Hustlers for Dad. Oh, boy. That would be me. If the book fair had, like, magazines
And it's more expensive now than it was before.
Oh, my God.
$20 gets you nothing.
At the book fair, $20 used to mean I could come in with a few things. They used to give me $5 a time.
Yeah, they would give
If that.
cents.
I would be like, Bobby, can I have money for the book fair? And he'd hand me $2. And I'd be like, what am I going to do with that?
Oh, my God.
I can't get a pencil.
Oh, my God, Elsie.
Oh, trash.
Oh, my God.
What's going on?
Sorry about that.
Oh,
my Lord.
things we wanted but weren't allowed to get Von Dutch, although I feel like I did have a Von Dutch hat.
I don't
You had a
think
real
I
one?
did. Then again, at that point, I didn't care either.
Yours wasn't real? The black one?
I don't even remember what it looked like.
I thought you had the black one with the red.
I don't know. It might not have been real. Who knows?
That's fair. Real anything was out of the question. Baba took me down to Canal Street and
Used to
found.
violate us all the time.
Oh my God.
We had to go to Grandma
And he
and get
was-
everything real.
And he was like, "Yeah, this is a Louis Vuitton," and I'd be like, "Okay,
No.
cool." And he'd get it like, "Do you want a cute computer case?" Like, "Yeah, I'll get you Louis Vuitton." And I'd be walking around like, "This is my thing," and it says Louis Vuitton, and someone's like, "This is
Fake.
this is fake."
Fake bag picture.
And it's like,
Elsie's like, no, my dad got this for me.
and then I
Like,
remember being like, "Oh, this is this is my life." Well, all right.
I'm sorry.
he used to trick us all the time.
Trick.
I learned quick though. Elsie had to go through a lot of stuff, and I was like,
I had to learn from her.
I had to learn, but it was like on top of having to learn, like I had to experience it with her because it was like, dear God, like all the time. It was like, oh shit, she's gonna get herself into it. She like, I knew like, oh God, this is gonna be embarrassing. Come on, like. And I used to have to stay there and watch, but it was like, nah, I know for when it's my turn.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to that stupid book fair. I don't want to go to that.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Why would I want to go there?
Because I don't want to have to ration $2.
I can't get anything.
Figure out what kind of cheese you can get, you know. Okay. The last one is very important to me. And we actually got to TS and I specifically got to a point where we literally put our foot down and we were like, no more. This will never happen. And for us, it was regular versions of CDs. Now, when I remember Mommy being like, oh, yeah, I'll get you the 50 cent.
I was elated when I discovered LimeWire and
I love LimeWire.
Oh, all right. We'll save it.
Sorry.
Because that's a good one. But Jesus, Lord God, if I had to get the Get Rich or Die Trying clean version, I was like, what am I going to do with this? I can't even listen to it. I get not saying it. Can I just...
No, at that point, I was, like, downloading stuff. I had it, but it was...
That's in high school? You were downloading?
Yeah.
I don't feel
That's
like
what I learned.
Yeah, high school. That's when I started downloading.
I
like
did
the first year.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I learned.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we used to have those MP3 players. And like you'd be sitting in homeroom just playing the 1,000 songs that you got off of LimeWire.
Yes.
The most random version of a song no one's ever heard before.
That's how I learned.
Excuse me. And it was
and
just
it was
like...
something else first. And then I got...
Napster?
No. It was something else.
Not Napster.
And then I got on LimeWire.
Yeah. It was a good time.
Like the same program?
No, it was a different program, same concept.
I wonder if LimeWire is still around. And if you can still, like...
There was another one.
There was a few.
There was a few.
There was mad of them.
I used to be on my computer looking for them. What were we doing?
Oh, I was...
Not schoolwork.
Yeah, no, I would come home every day to download stuff on LimeWire to put music on my MySpace.
That's really what we were doing. You would go home and just download music.
And also so I could have music on my computer.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to
and then
after
a while, you could put music on your phone. And
yeah.
Yeah, you're also downloading other things. Not YouTube, but some of us. Well, hello. All right, well, that was a nice trip down memory lane of things you'll never get. And now that you're an adult, you're like, well, I still want it, so I can figure it out. Now, today and yesterday in pop culture, something very miraculous happened where it tickled me very deeply. It involves two women of two separate occasions. The first is Eliza Reign. And Eliza Reign, for those of you that don't know, and who cares pop culture, and I do mean that because this has nothing to do with anything. Eliza Reign, I think, is the baby's mother of the rapper Future's 6th or 7th child. And he basically keeps saying that it couldn't have possibly have been her, or she's not the baby mom because of how she looks. She's actually very pretty. He's, of course, no one to be a role model when it comes to actual, like, being a stand-up guy. So he's quite nasty about it, and they've been going back and forth, and she's leaked all types of threats he's left, and they have cease and desist, and it's a whole mess of ratchet. But today, I happened to be perusing upon the Shade Room, where I get all of my important news. And someone took a screenshot of her picture and bio on Instagram, and it says Eliza Reign, and it has a verified check.
I saw this.
And underneath her picture, it says, just take the test.
I saw that.
Which made me laugh out loud. So then I kept going, and I screenshotted that because I appreciated it. And then I kept scrolling down, and then I read a wonderful story by veteran warrior, Lisa Ray, where she said that Dwayne Martin ruined her marriage. And it was because, Dwayne Martin introduced her husband into all these people, I'm assuming Nicole Murphy, and she got on TV One and said, we don't fuck with each other at all. And he was my best friend. He was a friend of mine. And, he betrayed her. And she got right on TV One, public national television, and said, I don't fuck with that nigga at all. Period. I don't ever want to see him again. He ruined my marriage. How dare you? You're trash. Uh-oh. Okay. So, there's something just wonderful about women when they really get in their bag and they start slicing niggas in places that you would never think they do it. Public places. And they really, really take the time to embarrass you and get you together. So today's lesson of the day is call them niggas out.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
And that completes another episode of Nobody Asked Me, but this is the best show ever. Yeah.
I concur.
Yeah. I have a good time with you guys.
It's always fun.
It's always a good time. And apparently people like us. So
You think so?
We like you too.
Yeah, we like it. I mean, some people like us. We're grateful. We're having a good time. We're cool kids, We're just perusing. We totally paused.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah, that's a coolest reference for the children, I guess. All right, guys, we're going to see you next week. Anyone have anything fancy they want to say?
Peace and love.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. All right, just delete the second half, Kevon.
No.
Thank God this isn't live, huh?
Be prepared. Oh, is that in your life?
No.
Oh.
There you go. You don't have to hold
So
your phone.
much. Wow. That's Academy education right there.
There we go. Engineering. Do it every
Oh
day.
my God. That was engineering.
Having 3 kids makes you. What is
How
the
can
word?
we make this easier?
Ingenuitive? What's the word?
Ingenuity.
Overly fashioned.
Oh, that was write it down and then scratch it out.
Yeah, excuse me.
No, Evelyn Lozado.
Oh, I thought you meant.
Now I gotta write it down and cross it out. But like, crazy. But I mean, I feel like Evelyn Lozado is our Latina. But
She is, but the problem is that she said,
Never claimed it or something.
yeah, like
that?
before she wrote, somebody was like, are you black? And she was like, absolutely not. And they were like, are you Afro-Latina? And she was like, no, I'm not any of that stuff. I'm just Latina and blah, blah, blah. So then when it gets to this
now it's okay.
But it's the same thing. Like they know they're black, but they just don't want to be associated with being black.
And listen.
Until it's like, okay, being black is cool now. And I clearly am black, so I'm going to say I'm black. But it's
Now,
like, no, you had 10
you
years
and
of saying I'm glad I'm light-skinned and my hair is wavy and long. And everyone doesn't think I'm technically black. I feel good about that.
Right. And I also have to ask myself, do I care that people turn around?
I don't give a fuck. Put this in here. I don't give a fuck about you bitches who acted like you wasn't black, but you really are. Because black women are the shit, and now y'all gonna have to live through us having a good ass time and being fine as hell and sit back because
Hot
you ain't
black girl century.
Thank you.
Hot black girl century. Jesus is alive and real.
Y'all ain't really black like that, okay? Your ancestors are black. You may have did this, fine, whatever, but kingdom come, and we've come, and the queens are here. Come on, Elsie.
Yeah.
Raise your hand.
What's happening?
Thank you. Good thing we're not going to leave that in there.
Good thing this isn't live, right?